He's supposed to be fighting a fighter by the name of Patrick Hyland. He's 31-1 with 15 KOs. He's currently ranked, according to the WBC website, number 16. So the question I'm having is, how is Patrick Hyland getting a title shot? And also, why is Gary Russell fighting this guy in the first place? Well, Gary Russell is in risk of losing his 126-pound title that he is yet to defend. Remember, he beat Johnny Gonzalez in March of last year, 2015. We're now in March 19th of 2016. I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. When it comes to the WBC, they have a 30-day weigh-in and a 7-day weigh-in. The reason for this is to make sure the fighters are losing their weight in a healthy manner, but also to avoid massive rehydration during fight night. They want to make sure the fighters have a fair advantage. You don't want a guy weighing in that's fighting at 126, 160, or 150 pounds 30 days before the fight, and the other fighters weighing something like 135, 137. In this case, the 30-day weigh-in for the fight's going to take place on the 16th. If I'm correct, it's supposed to be on Showtime, the 16th of April, 2016. Patrick Hyland, 30 days before the fight, weighed in at 137, just a little under 138. And Gary Russell's weight is to be announced. They haven't said what he weighs. The issue I have is this fight was supposed to take place on the undercard of Thurman versus Porter, March the 12th, 2015, which was just over a week ago, which is just about 32 or so days before about 34 or 35 days before the next date, which is April the 16th. So the question I'm having is, if you were supposed to fight on March the 12th, and you didn't find out that fight on March the 12th wasn't canceled until about 3 or 4 weeks or so before the actual fight, then the question I have is, why are you walking around so heavy? And at 5'4", just about 5'5", I'm wondering if Gary Russell, at 27 years old, is struggling to make the 126-pound division. Because it just doesn't make sense that 30 days before the fight, now what it is with the 30-day weigh-in, you can weigh no more than 10% above the weight that you're contracted at. So, 10% of 126 is 12.6. So basically rounded off to 13 pounds. So it's known that 30 days before the fight, Gary Russell is more than 13 pounds over the 126-pound division. When it comes to rehydration in fights these days, it may not seem like much, but it's still over 10 pounds. And I'm wondering, what has he been doing? Maybe it's because, he's been in camp for so long, I guess. You would think that he would be in shape. And remember, he was supposed to fight, if I'm correct, in November or December. I forget when he was supposed to fight. His last fight was canceled. One of them got injured. I don't think it was Gary Russell. And I forgot the guy he was supposed to fight. But, he has been trying to fight over the last year since winning his title from Johnny Gonzalez. But he hasn't been active. Now, when it comes to the 126-pound division, you have to think, well, you got Vasyl Lomachenko, who beat you for the WBO title, the vacant WBO title at that time, who's the WBO champion now. You have Lee Selby, who's taking on Eric Hunter on the undercard of Charles Martin versus Anthony Joshua. You have Leo Santa Cruz, who's the WBA champion, who's supposed to be taking on Carl Frampton, who's moving up from 122 pounds. I'm wondering, if they're having trouble securing a 126-pound opponent for a viable 126-pound opponent for Gary Russell, or is this just, to keep Gary Russell busy and also to hold on to his belt and make some money and then explore bigger fights in the future? But what's been known about Gary Russell is that even before he fought Vasyl Lomachenko, he wasn't fighting top-level competition. he was fighting really, really, really low-level guys that he was just completely outschooling and outclassing. And also, there were some periods of inactivity because of some hand issues. He's been notoriously known to have some hand issues. I'm just wondering, where does he go from here? Now, you're supposed to lose your title if you don't comply with the WBC rules. As I said, he's over 139 or so pounds. That's rounded off 13 pounds above the 126-pound division. So I'm guessing he's in the process of appealing so that the fight can still take place. Now, if the title's not on the line and the WBC decides to strip him, which they may find that, well, listen, you haven't defended your title in over a year. We just don't know. But I'm thinking he's not going to get stripped. I'm thinking he's still going to get his title. I mean, he's still going to hold on to his belt, and the fight is still going to go on. But it would be a shame, if the fight got canceled because he just was having issues with weight. But I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Follow me on Twitter. All the links to my social media are right down below in the description box. I've been a little, extremely busy getting the future of T Street Controversy Live. Also, I'm launching a website that's not going to be called T Street. It's going to be my website that I own, but it's not going to be called T Street Controversy Live. So it's going to be a boxing website. I'm going to have a site where you can get up to the date weekly boxing rankings, so you'll know who. Well, I'll save it for another video. Please subscribe.